I hope that y'all got y'all snacks, y'all drink, whatever y'all doing. Like, we're about to get into this episode. Y'all already know how we do it over here. It's about to be crazy. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all like to eat when y'all watching my stuff. That's cool. Just make sure you don't choke, because I know we're going to be laughing in this video. Vhagar, I got something for you. Vhagar, Aemond, I got something for you. Let me tell you something. When I catch you, what did Tokyo Tony say? She said, when I catch you.
When I catch you, so help me God, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch you in your mouth, your throat, and your solar plex. Then I'm going to throw you on the ground. Be prepared.
Yeah, just like Tokyo Tony said, be prepared, Vhagar, with your turtleneck built at, like, we are so over you, girl. And you and Aemond, blue marble floating around like I'm about to play a board game or something. We are tired of you and Aemond and that blue marble, girl. Let's get into it. So we start the episode out, right? And Daemon is here walking in the throne room back at King's Landing. So we already know he's having a vision at Harrenhal, because ain't no way he's in King's Landing. Walking in the throne room at that. Like, why would he be? That's what agrees that, obviously, he hears someone trying to speak to him, but it's not really clear at first. So he's like, girl, if you don't speak up, you mumbling, you're not holding the phone close to your mouth, you got me on speakerphone or something, like, girl, I cannot hear you. Then we see who's talking or whatever, and it's Rhaenyra, young Rhaenyra. Now, Millie is booked. Hey, girl, like, she's booked. So, young Rhaenyra is saying, you created me, Daemon, yet you are now set on destroying me. Daemon's like, wait, no, stop. That's not what I'm trying to do, girl. Like, what's the tea? Then Rhaenyra says, all because your brother loved me more than he did you. And then that's what does it for Daemon. He swings that sword, chops her head off. He seems horrified at his own actions. And then Rhaenyra's voice still resounds after her head's chopped off. She's like, this is what you want. This is what you always wanted, is it not? And it was just so trippy, right? Her still talking while beheaded, still able to look at him. It was just so creepy. So Mr. Strong wakes him up from this and says, there's been a raven. And Daemon wakes up initially seeing blood on his hands, which was crazy. But then it turns out it's not actually there, although, Daemon got a lot of blood on his hands, okay? This is Harrenhal's and Alice, whatever her name is, making him face his sins or his intrusive thoughts. Girl, and then the magic on top of that, which we're going to talk about later, and the weird retreats and all that, it was just great. So Daemon is told, look, Aegon's army left King's Landing a while ago. They took Rosby, they took Stokeworth. Sir Criston Cole's armies have tripled because of it. He's probably aiming for Harrenhal at this point. We definitely won't be ready for that shit. Like, that's what he's saying while they're walking around Harrenhal. And so now, skip to this scene where Daemon is speaking to Oscar Tully, future Lord Paramount of the Riverlands. Even though the actual Lord Paramount, I guess, is Lord Grover or whatever, but it seems like Lord Grover's old. It's like he's dying, like sick. It's just bad, right? Now, Oscar Tully, I think that's his name, is over here stuttering like, your highness, your majesty, I mean, your grace, my grace, our grace, say your grace. I was just like, girl, it's so much. Like, quick side note here, it's always clownery in these harsh-ass feudalist societies, these super dystopian oppressive societies, right? Where they put these, like, gigantic responsibilities on young boys, like having them about to damn near off themselves with swords that are, like, just as big as they are, bigger than them. Or when the adults crown these, like, some of these immature asshole kids like Joffrey and Aegon, it's just like, yeah, it's just so hilarious to see, because y'all be putting these kids through it. Anyway, I can't believe Daemon told this boy, like, boy, if you don't go ahead and just kill this, just put a pillow over your grandpa's head. Like, is it really that serious? And I was like, really, Daemon? Like, this kid literally just hopped off the PS5 before you walked in. Like, he don't know nothing about what's going on. You talking about just kill your grandpa, let's get on with it. I'm just like, The guy was like, are you serious? He's my grandpa. He raised me. Like, I really love him. Daemon's like, oh my God, rolling his eyes like, we ain't getting shit done here. Daemon's like, this is why Bracken and Blackwood felt comfortable fighting and y'all shit. Like, this is why the Riverlands are a mess right now. He was like, whichever house didn't declare for Aegon, and Strong's like, the Blackwoods, that's the Blackwoods. Daemon's like, right, whoever. Summon them here, girl, because I don't know what the hell's going on. Mess, Daemon. You're a mess. All right, so this scene, Corlys pissed me off so damn bad, like y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand what I'm about to say. So Rhaenys comes to thank Alan for saving her lord husband's life. Of course, she comes to be nosy as well, like girl, who wouldn't? She also clocks that Corlys has been swinging that peen around the Seven Kingdoms. Just, I mean, you talk about 9 voyages, girl. Like, I'm sure he was... Girl, Corlys was on the apps, girl. He was swiping, swiping right. Like, he was really into it. So, real quick, Rhaenys clutched this black man's face and said, you looking cute, girl. I was like, Rhaenys, I love you, but could you back up? Could you back up? Anyway, Rhaenys said to this man that he looked homely. And at first I thought that Rhaenys said homely. And I was like, now wait, girl, now wait. We ain't gonna do that. Now, we ain't gonna do that now. But she said comely. She said cute, girl. She was like, you know, touching his face like it's giving moisturizer, SPF, like retinol. Like, it really don't crack. Like, it really don't crack like y'all be saying. Y'all really be, y'all right about that. Rhaenys was looking at him like, she was looking at his skin like, girl, it really don't crack, girl. Like, I knew from Corlys, like, we've been together for a minute, but like, you know, that y'all be saying it don't crack. I guess that shit true. Like, girl, I was gagging. I was gagging. Rhaenys tells him, your mama must have been beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, girl, Rhaenys, the mama looked like she was full black, because this one don't look like the others. No shade. This one, like, for C. This one is for C. You see what I'm saying? That's the curl pattern, babes. You know, the mama was full black. Corlys was... Corlys said, you know, Rhaenys, you know, I got to support my people, you know. The mama was full black. I got to support my... Corlys, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, Corlys. Okay, so Corlys comes down, right? And Rhaenys like reliving the shit, like, oh girl, this nigga really ain't shit, but he my nigga, like whatever. Besides, this nigga got a whole navy and everything. Like, I'm good. I'm really set for life, so I'm not really pressed by this, but like my nigga ain't shit. So like she was really not feeling this, but she's, you know, keeping a good face. And so she was like to Corlys, she was like, you was gonna tell me you was not gonna tell me that he was the one who saved you? And then Corlys is giving the most like man like nigga response ever, like, I didn't think it was relevant. I ain't think you even really wanted to really know like that, bro. Like, okay, girl, Corlys, you annoy me. Like, don't play with me. Corlys pissed me off because Rhaenys was like, girl, whatever, I know who he is. You don't have to hide him or be ashamed or whatever. Raise him up, give him what he needs, whatever. Like, we don't need to be hiding him, his ass. Catelyn Stark would never. Catelyn Stark would never. Catelyn Stark would never, girl. She would never. Girl, Jon Snow still traumatized from that shit, girl. Do you hear what I'm saying? Anyway, Corlys is like, okay, well, is that why you came here? Is that why you came out all the way out here to my ships and shit? Like, is that why you came to my office to drag the hell out of me in front of my employees? Like, that's why you really did this shit? And Rhaenys like, girl, anyway. Corlys, you are so annoying. Shut the hell up. She's literally giving you permission to just be forthright with the shit. And is being understanding in the face of your infidelity. And yet you acting like she is the one being clownish right now. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Rhaenys was like, anyway, girl, Baela has called me to Dragonstone. I'm gonna go help them with the council because the council, you know how Sir Alfred ass is, girl. You know how Sir Alfred ass is. I gotta help Daz with the council. And Corlys was like, well, where the hell is Rhaenyra? And Rhaenys is like, I don't know, somewhere probably trying to save us from the abyss. And then she walks away. And I'm just like, Corlys, if you let things end like that, I was just like, bro, you don't even know what's about to happen this episode. And you talking to Rhaenys crazy. You talking to Rhaenys crazy. Rhaenys the realest bitch in the building. Like, let's be real. Rhaenys been holding shit together while your ass been playing around at sea. I mean, you did secure the gullet or whatever. Like, girl, okay. But like, while you was playing around, you left her ass, but she had to hold this shit together. You the hand, and she over here had to hold council meetings and shit together. Like, y'all played in Rhaenys' face so bad, y'all didn't deserve Rhaenys. Y'all didn't deserve Rhaenys. Corlys, you really pissed me off with that whole entire shit. Like, girl, that was a stunt in a show if I ever seen one. Stunt Queen Tease. honey. Piss me off. Look at this puppy dog face. For what? For what, girl? Anyway, Alicent's over here breaking dragons. Nothing we should be surprised about at this point. Anyway, here we see Alicent playing... Here we see Alicent taking a plan C. I didn't say plan B, bitch. I said plan C because this shit was clownery. Plan C stands for Kristen Cole's cock, because do you hear what I'm saying? The Maester, listen, I can't believe Alicent asked the Grand Maester if he thinks Viserys wanted Aegon to be crowned. Like, imagining myself as a black Maester at King's Landing, I'll be looking at her like, look, lady, look, lady, I'm just bringing the tea up here, girl. That's all I'm doing. You asked me all these questions that could get my head chopped off. Like, I did you the courtesy of pretending we both don't know that this tea is for you and not someone else. Like, girl, can I just leave? Let me drop this tea off and go. If I say no, Viserys might not have wanted Aegon. Y'all gonna talk about treason and all type. Y'all might talk about treason and all type of shit. I know how King's Landing work around here, girl. I'm just doing my job. And at 5 p.m., I'm clocking out, girl. Like, what are you talking about? Imagine being a black maester. Imagine being a black grand maester with these white, dragon-having, blonde kids running around everywhere. Girl, I'm doing my job. And I am going back home, girl. Alicent asked me questions about the succession, girl. Move. They don't pay me enough retirement for this shit, girl. I might even get that shit. A dragon come in here, chomp my ass up. Girl, I'm not playing with Alicent ass. Anyway, the Grand Maester gave a very good, code switching at work kind of answer. Like, I could not know. His Grace never raised the matter with me. That's exactly the type of answer I would have gave, and went on about my motherfucking day, looking up at the sky, just making sure Caraxes, the Cyrax, one of them hoes, ain't coming down upon us. Like, girl, what are you talking about? So she takes the tea, and which is clearly nasty as hell. The Maester already said that shit is gonna give her the runs. If you don't get some Pepto-Bismol right now, Alicent, girl. Okay, so Baela's giving them the rundown of what Sir Kristen Cole is doing, or Sir Cornball Cole, like I call him, to the best of her ability, though. But the council's kind of eating her up, or trying to. Sir Alfred's mouthy ass gonna say, Baela, you should have just burned him when you had the chance. But Baela responds, well, you make sure you do that the next time you're on your dragon. I was like, oops. She said, maybe if you had a business, you know how to... What did Kim Kardashian weird ass say? Maybe if you had a business, you know how to run a business, but you don't. You don't. Girl, Baela said, girl, maybe if you get off my back. You're asking for it. You're dying for it. Get off my back. But yeah, girl, the council is not pleased. Daemon ain't answering nobody's phone call. Sir Alfred is getting lippy. Like I said, his points are very understandable. We have no leader, no sizable army. We waiting on Daemon ass. Like, I understand, but Jace tells him to watch his damn mouth. Watch your mouth. Rhaenys tries to calm them all, but Sir Alfred keeps, he really feel like he a TNT box from Crash Bandicoot. Like, he really about to go off, honey. Until Lord Corlys walks in and say, hey! Yo, y'all know exactly what I was talking about. If you black, bro, like the black man voice, when he come out, he gotta come out and set shit straight, like an uncle or some shit come out, and kids are running around hurting themselves. He's, hey, you know what I'm talking about? That black man. Hey, what's going on in this council? You know what I mean? Like, your dad go out like... Some, siblings beating on each other. Stuff like, hey! You know what I'm talking about. Corlys came in there like a black-ass uncle, honey. Calm down this entire council. Say, everybody shut the hell up. Rhaenys is talking, and that's that. I'm glad you came through, Lord Corlys. I'm glad you ain't just leave it like that. Oh, my goodness. At least come support your wife after you done showed out like an asshole. Shit. I'm glad he did. Girl, so Cole is over here. Sir Crispin is so annoying. So Cole is over here chopping heads off at House Darkland. He called Rhaenyra the whore of Dragonstone. That's so, girl, the whore of Dragonstone? Now, who's the whore of the Red Keep, girl? Who's the whore of the Red Keep? And it ain't Alicent, babes. I'm looking at him. Sir, please don't be talking about nobody's harlots or whores. Let's not talk about that. Sir Kristen Cole, I promise you, You should have been gelded a long time ago. They should have took that sausage, that Dornish sausage, away a long time ago based off the rules of the cloaks and shit. Like, what you mean, the whore of Dragonstone? Who's the whore of the Red Keep? Get out my face. Anyway, I don't know if the house is named Darkland. It sounded like it was, but so Lord Darkland was just like, are you are you serious right now, Cole? Like, you raiding your own queen's castle? Like, are you serious? You're really a scoundrel, aren't you? And Cole is like, I don't care about none of that. Off with your head, boy. And the rest of them bent the knee. And then Cole gets a raven. Then Hightower over here gags that Cole is not going to Harrenhal no more. Of course, we know where he's going. All right. So we get to this council meeting where Aegon was just utterly and totally like embarrassed. Y'all, like, it was just so, it was borderline like pitiful to see. Like, I wanted to give him pointers and you know, I want to help him along a little bit. And I'm team black. You know, I'm team black. Ain't no way. Like, boy, it was really pitiful. It was so bad. Aegon was doing all this screaming at Larys because Daemon took Harrenhal. Like, it's your castle. What's going on? Tom continues to do a great job acting as Aegon, by the way. Like, just an amazing job. But he was going in, right? And Larys is like, girl, Daemon gonna get tired of Harrenhal soon. That shit is a mess, girl. I mean, it's mold and mildew all up in there, girl. Like, we call the pest control people them hoes. Them hoes, they even want to come out, give us an appraisal, bitch. We got to replace shingles on the roof, girl. Like, he's like, bitch, them bitches ain't got no money, girl. Like, they digging in the couch for shit. Like, they digging for coins in the couch. Like, bitch, I control all the gold. It's really not that girl. Like, Harrenhal, like, I get it. You know, that's what Larys is saying. But it's like, it's she really not that girl right now. But Aegon not really hearing that. And then the real king speaks up. Oops. The real king speaks up. Aemond says, Harrenhal must wait. Sir Krista Cole and I, we exchanged a few messages on Grindr, and he's marching on Rook's Rest right now. And Aegon's like, wait, y'all having group chats on the Grindr chat and all that shit without me? Like, y'all, what's going on? Rook's Rest is shitty. I don't want it. Tell Cole to turn his ass around. Aemond looks at him. He's like, look, the castle's small, weakly defended. Cole will take it. We'll have Dragonstone cut off by land by this point if we do that shit. And Aegon is still focused on Harrenhal and the fact that Aemond and Cole have been plotting without his quote-unquote authority. And I was just like, girl, what authority are you talking about, mama? No, I'm for real. Like, what authority are you talking about? To me, it's just like, I don't know what to tell you, girl. You made Cole the hand of the king, so you should be knowing. Yeah, you should be knowing what the hell happened. But Cole seemed to be talking to Aemond more than you, girl. So what's the tea with that? Yeah, that's your hand, ho. That's your hand. Then I love this part here, right? So many layers, because Aemond starts speaking Valyrian, High Valyrian, whatever. And of course, only the Targs are understanding that, right? So everyone else in the room is just kind of watching the convo unfold. I love that the Targs can do this because it just makes them seem even more like mysterious, alluring, and it's like a level of authority, I guess, higher than even the council. Like, this is the royal blood only. Like, this is their language. You see what I'm saying? I just love that. I love that. But it's Aemond saying, girl, let's not play. While you were naming, you know, and putting dumb drunk jocks on the Kingsguard, we were making battle plans. Like, girl, while you was taking shots at Ibiza, like, bitch, we were actually in the field, ho. Look at Aegon's face. He knows he's a damn clown. Aemond is stunning him right now, and it's only by his mercy that he's doing it in Valyrian, so the council doesn't understand. And Aegon, knowing that even while Aemond is dragging him, like, he's still pulling his punches, because this is in Valyrian. It could have been in the common tongue. Aemond is still pulling his punches. Like, even now, Aemond is choosing to spare his ass. I think that stings even more, you know, because Aemond at this point is just flexing. Aemond's like, well, girl, we're all waiting. If you have a better idea, by all means, let the council know, girl. But it seemed like you stumbling over here. So the clock is ticking. Like, girl, what's the tea? Boy, Aegon, what's the real tea is that Aegon can't even complete a sentence in Valyrian. I want war, want me. I war. Dragon war. Boy, it just really shows a difference in, like, Aemond and Aegon's, like, personalities. My goodness, Aemond was over there studying, readying himself for the moment to drag you bitches like this. Like, he was readying himself. You know, Aegon's just like, whatever. So yeah, to me, it's like Aegon understood everything that Aemond was saying, but as far as like, you know, saying it back in Valyrian that makes sense, or responding in Valyrian with correct grammar, or making a sentence quickly as Aemond can, he's not doing that. So Aemond takes the floor of the council meeting. He's like, Daemon can be distracted with Harrenhal while we strengthen our hosts. Rook's rest is an easy effort, and Aegon, of course, at this point, his best bet is to just agree. Now, look at Alicent ass. Look at Alicent. If holding this warm cloth on her coochie wasn't proof enough, I mean, she's clutching and limping. Like, girl, Larys sees the tea and it's just like, oh, I see, girl. But in the end, he's like, girl, I don't care. You should get your rocks off how you want to. I mean, you already know how I get down. Larys is like, dude, you should satisfy whatever urges you have. Because, girl, your feet was just up on that table satisfying mine. Now, Larys is flexing that he knows some, like, TMZ gossip type tea, trying to pry for more information. But, yeah, Alicent is just like, girl, we gonna fight this war. It doesn't matter what either side believes. Viserys' intentions died with him. That's the point of the scene. Now, Daemon and Alice Rivers finally talk. He literally follows one-eyed Daemon to her room. Now, Alice Rivers, that Rivers of that last name in the Riverlands means a bastard, like the last name Snow means bastard in the North. I definitely think that Alice was making weirwood paste here, and that's the same thing that Bran had to eat in the books or whatever to strengthen his green seer abilities and connect more deeply with the weirwood tree network. And it's interesting because Alice is telling him that his bed is made from like a heart weirwood tree or whatever. And so he's eating the paste apparently, or drinking the tea that she made from the paste. He's sleeping in a bed made from the sacred trees. He's having visions, right? And when you take all those three into account, it's like things start to sound very familiar, do they not? Like very Bran-like, very Three-Eyed Raven-like. You see what I'm saying? So I'd like that Alice tells us the histories of how Harrenhal was cursed since it was first built, because they had to cut down the sacred trees to build it. Y'all already know from Game of Thrones how the trees work and how y'all can, you know, see through time and all the green seers and children of the force and all that stuff. So I find it very interesting because it looks like she is making weirwood paste. Like it's sticky and, you know, and she feeds it to Daemon, even though at first he doesn't believe, right? Like he doesn't believe that, you know, this place was cursed and sacred trees and all that shit. But she's like, girl, that's fine. You don't have to believe it. You must not have been having any dreams or anything happen to you or anything. Like, and Damon's just like, all right, girl. He begins to walk away, but she snatches his attention back. Like, so you come here after fighting with your wife? And Daemon turns around like, wait a minute now, girl. Wait a minute now. She was like, girl, what? I know the tea. You ain't sending no ravens out to tell Dragonstone you done claimed Harrenhal. You ain't talking to Rhaenyra. Like, what's the? Are you trying to make your own claim for the throne? And Damon's like, don't try me, witch. She's like, I can imagine it must suck to have to watch the Iron Throne get snatched up from you, especially by a woman too, a girl child. You bounce on your knee, and low key, Alice is slick calling you out, girl. Like you bounce on your knee at first, and then you would bounce on her something else. It's just like, you know, Alice is calling you out, girl. And then she says, "Here, drink this," and he drinks it up. And the moment that he does, there's a time jump, and I'm just like, oh great. Any amount of time where Daemon don't know what his own behavior was, like, girl, we should all be afraid. Any amount of time where Daemon don't know what he did or don't know what he was up to, we should be very afraid, because we are afraid when he knows what he's up to. When he, girl, can you imagine? Can you imagine? So he has no idea what happened or any idea what he's currently doing until, like, you know, he slowly puts it together when he comes to they are in the middle of discussing using Blackwood forces. Then we see Laena coming out of nowhere. I know these actresses, I know that these actors and actresses are like, oh girl, I'm so glad there's magic and dreaming and flashbacks because girl, that means a check. Hey, that means a check, another check for the next season, maybe the season after that if we keep haunting Daemon, girl. Listen, if I was an actor and I died on House of the Dragon early and Daemon's still alive, and we doing all this weird tree and dreams and stuff, I'm like, girl, I want to haunt Daemon. I wouldn't even care if I was like a rat catcher or something. I'd be like, girl, I want to haunt Daemon too, girl. Give me a check. I want a check for season 1 and 2. What are you talking about? But we see Laena coming out of nowhere. Girl, please come back. We need you. They using Vhagar to do dumb shit out here. Like, we need you, girl. Oh my God. So Aegon's bored at the meeting. He's like, y'all bore me. Sounding like Louis from Interview with the Vampire when he was fighting with Armand. So he leaves. He goes see his mama, right? Aegon comes in. He's just flipping, right? Nobody will listen to me. Cole and Aemond are marching and planning. They don't care what I think. And Alicent's like, girl, what do you think? She literally says, girl, what thoughts would you have? Like, girl, not her literally calling her son stupid as hell. And it's like, yes, girl, he is, but it's kind of your fault. Like, damn, you telling him that shit right now? I was like, damn. That meeting with Rhaenyra got hurt that, like, well, whatever, like, just throwing up her hands and be like, girl, I don't care about this shit no more. We're about to descend into chaos. I'm not entertaining your silly ass, like, you know, delusions anymore, Aegon, right? Aegon's like, but I'm the king. I'm the king. Like a 2-year-old who repeats a word over and over because it makes, everybody laugh, but they don't know what it means. I'm the king. I'm the king. Alicent's like, girl, you think that crown makes you inherently smart, honey? I would have thought that when we made you king, you would have learned from the wise people around you, but that's my fault for thinking that dumb shit. Like, girl, you just here you are with your clown nose on. Like, she sounds just like Otto here. Y'all notice that? She sounds just like Otto, just disappointed in your station and and you have to go to the king's chamber. I'm disappointed. She sounds just like Otto. She sounds just like Otto. Just like Otto. I forced you in this position, and I can't believe that you're underperforming. How terrible. Like, that's what Alicent and Otto said to their kids. I forced you to be in this position with limited information and understanding and knowledge and concept of even what you're doing. And I can't believe that you're underperforming. I raised you in a shitty manner. I can't believe that you're underperforming. How terrible. Aegon tells Alicent, hey, tread lightly, ho. And Alicent's like, girl, oh, I'm scared, little twink. Oh, I'm so scared, little twink. What you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? You gonna hang the queen fucking mother from the... You gonna hang me from the rafters like you did the custodial staff of the Red Keep? Like, is that what you really about to do, girl? I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. Shut the hell up. The only thing you need to be doing around here is absolutely nothing. Sit your silly, inexperienced ass down somewhere and let the grown-ups do the work. That's exactly what she said, girl. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Here, Gwen Hightower is just like, girl, why don't we wait for nightfall? Cole, like, what's your problem? Baela almost turned us into what Aegon looks like at the end of this episode. Don't you remember that? Why don't we just wait until the night? Dragonstone and their dragons are literally just across the bay. They could just fly over right now, actually, if they wanted to. And Cole is just like, shut the hell up. You're a snowflake. You're scared. We're marching. They won't expect it. It's a good plan. And I was just like, okay, Cole. I mean, I guess. You did manage to take out a dragon, I guess. But at what cost, mama? At what cost, mama? So Rhaenyra has returned and Jace has an attitude. Do you hear me? Rightfully so, though. I would be the same way. Jace is like, where have you been these last few days? You vanished without so much as a word. When Jace finds out that she went to King's Landing, he's like, ma'am, are you out of your everlasting, ever loving mind? Are you serious? You saw Alicent. You could have been taken or slain. This outburst is just the pureness of a son's love and worry, which is why I loved it so much, because he's like, he knows he's out of line. He knows he's disrespectful, but he cannot even hold himself in because he was just so clearly worried, so clearly concerned about his mom. And I get it. She went without a trace somewhere on her dragon and his enemies everywhere. Yeah, I understand why Jace is mad. But Rhaenyra's like, look, I inherited 80 years, almost a century of peace from my father. I needed to make sure that there was no other path. Now I do. We must send the dragons to war. As we, yeah. Send them. Rhaenyra looked at Jace like, please don't try me. Like, don't try me like that again in front of my council. But honestly, Rhaenyra, I get why Jace was mad. Like, come on. So Rhaenyra is kind of shocked that the Greens are taking Rook's Rest after Duskendale. Rhaenyra's like, it's a small coastal keep. Why do they, like, what's the tea? The council is like, girl, it's because Cole is daring us to act. Mysaria, what are you doing over here, girl? Like, why are you spying on? First of all, you are literally supposed to be at the table. You're the master of whispers, mistress of whispers, whatever. Like, you're supposed to be getting it. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. I'm keeping my eye on her. Anyway, Jace is like, child, we need to send a dragon up there. Rhaenyra offers that she herself go. And the council's like, girl, sit your ass down. Jace won't allow it, really. He rightfully brings up the point, like, if you die, Rhaenyra, the whole point of this is lost. And Jace is like, well, send me. Rhaenyra's like, bitch, are you... Girl, bye. She didn't even want to send you to do reconnaissance, girl. She definitely ain't sent you on no, like, real mission, girl. Like, she ain't doing that. And she says you're too inexperienced, which he can't argue with. Rhaenys offers to go. And before Rhaenyra can even really say yes or no, like... Rhaenys is already heading for Meleys. Like, we already knew Rhaenys is a girl's girl. Like, this whole episode, she was ready for a damn fight. Like, let's get into it. Rhaenys is like, girl, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just... Meleys is ready. I'm ready. Let's do it. Now, while Rhaenys is on the way, Rhaenyra tells Jace the song of ice and fire. I love how Jace thought he was being summoned because he was about to be reprimanded for acting up in front of the council or whatever. So he's like, Mom, I only wish to fight for you, fight for your claim. I didn't mean to be so mean. Please don't ground me. But she's like, boy, I don't care about none of that. Listen, look what I got to tell you. This shit about Aegon and shit like that. Alicent fucked up. Can you believe Alicent thought Alicent thought Viserys was talking about her fucking son. Girl, police. He was talking about the Conqueror. Let me tell you some shit. Now, can someone tell me that I'm right in saying that this is Meraxes, like the skull that's in the middle of them? Like, Balerion's skull is clearly at King's Landing, but Meraxes is here at Dragonstone. It would just make sense. Now, can you believe that Aegon is drunk as hell about to fly a dragon into war? I was like, oh. Oh my God. Sunfire is so pretty though. Sunfire is so beautiful. Mama, you didn't deserve a writer like this. You just didn't. I'm so sorry. I really love this moment with Rhaenys and Meleys. She's like, we're going to war again. Here we go, old girl. I was like, oh, that was so sweet and so sad. I love that they made Rhaenys wear this headpiece or whatever. It's just very queen-like, as she should. Okay, so Cole's forces are marching on Rook's Rest. I mean, at this point, everyone feels like, yeah, this keep is definitely falling today. But here comes Meleys, right? And Rhaenys. Gwen's like, girl, what the hell, Cole? We should have never done this. This broad daylight stuff not making no sense. Cole is like, girl, okay, the dragon is here. Send the signal. That's all he cares about. Like, all right, just send the signal. I love seeing Rhaenys ride her damn dragon. Like, stop playing with her. I mean, it's clearly a very experienced dragon rider, has such a good bond with Meleys, is like directing her, guiding her as the battle's going. Meleys taking orders. It's just they working, right? So the signal that Cole is talking about made Vhagar big ass get up. But then Aemond sees Aegon's dumbass fly in on Sunfire and tells Vhagar, you know what? Never mind, just sit here and wait. We're gonna see what his silly ass gonna do. Let him fly his fighter jet that he ain't never flown like this before into like this. Let him fly his fighter jet against an experienced fighter pilot, and then I'm gonna come and see what he looked like after. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. At this point, because Aemond is waiting, Cole is like, damn, where is Aemond? Where's Vhagar? Like, what's going on? So once he sees the king, Sir Criston Cole sends more men into battle, since Meleys clearly will be distracted with Sunfire. And by the king, I do mean the false king, Aegon. Rhaenys is literally smiling once she sees Aegon, because she's like, girl, I'm going to take him out so easy. She looked at him and started smiling like, yo, I'm going to take this boy out of the sky so easy it won't even be a problem for me, right? So she goes, Angos Melis. I love how Eve Best delivered the lines. I was like, yes, Angos Melis. Like, bitch, get this nigga. That's what she said in High Valyrian. Go, boy, if you don't get, that's what she said. That's what Rhaenys said. Angos, get that nigga. So she did. Aegon sends her Dracarys, but Rhaenys dodges that shit. Aegon can't see her. She comes up from under, scratches Sunfire up, has Sunfire leaking blood all over the soldiers below. That's nasty. Yo, I was like on the edge of my seat. I thought that was going to be the end of Aegon right there, but Sunfire managed to recover a little bit. I mean, if you do call this recovering, that dragon was coughing and wheezing. Coughing, barely flying. Right when Meleys gets his ass again on that wing, ripping that wing, hun. But wait, that's when Vhagar big ass gonna get up out her rocking chair, honey. She got up, she's like, oh girl, they got me up again, girl. Is it a bingo game this time? Like, what's the tea? Girl, Vhagar approached Aegon and Rhaenys, and they dragons locked in the air, keep in mind. Aegon, thanks to gods, because he sees Aemond on Vhagar, and he's like, oh God, here he come. He about to save me. I think it's so funny that Aegon is seeing Vhagar right now, but Aemond is seeing that brothel. He's seen what happened in that brothel. He's experienced what happened in that brothel all over, playing all over and over and over in his head. Them laughing at him throughout his whole childhood. Like, girl, that's what Aemond is seeing right now. Girl, he saw both Aegon and Rhaenys and Dracarys like it was only Rhaenys there, girl. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I don't care what y'all talking about. People talking about, oh, collateral damage. No, girl. Aemond clearly saw, didn't even use Vhagar to try and make her swipe at Meleys to first get him off of Sunfire and then Dracarys. No, girl. Aemond saw them both sitting there and was like, girl, you should have never came to the brothel, Aegon. Like, this was just, like I said, for the whole childhood, y'all been teasing him. But, that brothel shit was just the tipping point. Girl, Dracarys. Oh my gosh. When I say that I was hollering, I mean that. And by the end of the scene, so was Sunfire, flailing and falling into the ground with Aegon ass. Cole racing over there. Kristen Cole racing over there. He racing over to the crater, talking about, Your Grace. Boy, he cannot hear you. That boy cannot hear anything right now. You screaming, Your Grace. That's a crater you're looking at, like an asteroid just hit down on this planet. Like, he's not hearing anything. So the tea is, listen, Rhaenys actually got away. Rhaenys got away, but she looked back and was just like, girl, I gotta at least try to get this big bitch out of here. Vhagar is gonna be a problem for Team Black. So let me see if I can take her ass out, right? And so she says, Angos Melis again, with this face like, yeah, I know I'm gonna die, but I'm about to do it. Now, side note, I love how good the dragon's hearing always is. Meleys heard Rhaenys whisper that Ango shit. And then Drogon, remember, heard Dany whisper Dracarys when she was burning Varys, and also when she was burning Randall and Dickon Tarly. She was just like, Dracarys. And Drogon was like, oh, all right. Bitch, so Vhagar, Vhagar used that big old paw, that nasty ass toenail to snatch my good sus. They were spraying each other with fire while locked in a downward spiral. I was like, please, not my sis. Knowing good and well what's going to happen at the end of the episode. Like, I already know. Everybody knew. I was like, no, not my good sis. Vhagar's sloppy body ass hit the battlefield hard and sent Sir Kristen Cole flying off that horse. Corny ass. Look at him. That's what you get, girl. Vhagar ain't done yet, though. Vhagar get up. Like the Phoenix, that bitch got back up. And this shot was so crazy. Like, which soldier would willingly sign up to do some shit like this, girl? Y'all, I know that y'all benefits ain't good in Westeros. I know that. But yeah, Vhagar got up, and once again, Rhaenys turned Meleys back. Like, girl, we gotta F her up. Meleys look tired. Rhaenys is tired. We gotta do it. Now, keep in mind, I'm having one version of the story, like this battle, in my head from the lore, and so this entire sequence, because they changed it a little bit. Like, they changed it. So this entire sequence, I'm waiting for Rhaenys' final moment. You know, every time something happens, I'm like, oh, is this it? Is this it? But she's looking for his ass, and he comes up on her just like he did to Luke, right? Vhagar is chomping on my good sis neck. Like, oh my God, you're so sick, Aemond, you're sick. Like the fact that this is Laena's, the dragon that Laena used to ride, like her daughter. Rhaenys has to be going through so many emotions at once at this point, right? So Meleys is giving Rhaenys one last glance. I was like, oh my gosh, one last glance before she dies. It was so heartbreaking. And then Rhaenys just falling down here, so iconic, just letting go, releasing it all, just like, and the burst of flame upon impact. It was just so, they just took my girl, y'all. Like, what am I gonna do? Y'all ain't deserve my good sis. Like, she was the realest one. Like, yo, why the realest one always gotta go first? Like, what's the tea, y'all? Like, she was one of the realest on Team Black, y'all. Oh my God. But yeah, to me, if Rhaenys had to die, like dying like that, dying like badass like that, was a great way to go out. And I feel like in the lore, I was just waiting to see something really heinous and just, you know, grotesque with Rhaenys. So hopefully they won't show it. Cause to me, I love how they respected the character when it comes to his death. It felt like how they did Lady Olenna in Game of Thrones. Like, if she gonna die, she gonna have to die, whatever. But like, give her a good ass, like, badass ending. And so this is how I felt with Rhaenys, that even though, like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so heartbroken watching episodes without Rhaenys, it still feels like the creators or whoever writers really respected the fuck out of her character and give her a good death, if you can have one, right, in Game of Thrones. Aemond, of course, looks so pleased at what he's done. Aemond, you will pay. Vhagar, you will pay. You will rue the day. I promise you that. I want you to take a trip to the God side. That's what I want. Girl, so this last scene, Aemond was definitely about to kill Aegon's ass. Like, I don't care what y'all say, but Cole caught him. Now, Cole seems shocked by the state that Aegon is in. Either that or or it definitely is a mix of both. Like, girl, he's the king. I'm the hand. I'm supposed to be out here protecting. What the hell's going on? But yeah, for Cole to have been in war and seen so much stuff and then be gagging when he's seen Aegon, girl, it was crazy. In the book, they said that he was burned so bad that his armor fused to his skin in some places. They said he had broken ribs, broken hip. Like, girl, it was bad. It was nasty. So I guess we'll see next episode. But Aemond does not seem put off by that shit. Oh, he's like, child, anyway, my show about to come on. And he just walks away. Kristen Cole's still gagging. I was just like, oh my God. Aegon took his inexperienced ass onto this drag in the middle of hot war. Like, the block is hot. He ain't never been in no war before. He ain't even practiced in a parking lot, you know, with like Fruit Ninja blasting, you know, saying Dracarys to moving targets. He ain't even practiced in the Dragon Pit. He trying to go straight to war. You see what I'm saying? He took his ass and now he's looking like, I don't even know. What did he look like? We don't know yet. But they got him in this box, I think, in the trailer, girl. They carrying him around in this box because he can't move, he can't walk. Carrying him around in this box like he already did. So I'm just like, y'all, you will pay for taking Rhaenys from us. She was mothering all the time. She was a real one. She always supported Rhaenyra. Her memory will be honored. Lord Corlys, you about to be going through it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much. And I will check y'all out later. Peace. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zaraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Xeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Xeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Xeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Xeraxia.com, sign up, join the waitlist, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.